Hello, welcome to Veritas. I'm your host, Adam Colazetti, and I'm here to guide you on a meditative adventure like no other. Join me and lose yourself in your imagination as we travel the outer reaches of the cosmos, quest for powerful talismans, and explore the inner realm of your subconscious. What might you find along the way? But be warned, fair traveler, this path is not for the faint of heart. On this path, of one thing I am certain, dragons be here. Are you ready? So how we're going to begin is you're going to sit comfortably, however that means to you. Could be legs crossed, could be sitting in a chair, whatever it is, sit somewhere comfortably that you feel relaxed and comfortable. And you're going to close your eyes and you're going to take 3 deep breaths. Deep breath in, count to 4. Deep breath out, count to 4. And each time you exhale, you're going to try and relax your body a little bit further. So you're going to inhale, pause, exhale. Pause. So as you're doing this and you're relaxing, it's in those pauses between breaths where we're going to go. That is where your creativity meets your imagination, meets your subconscious. So let's see what awaits you in the spaces between breaths. Darkness. The raven's embrace leaves you floating in a world without substance. It's like floating in a black pool. Gradually, rays of light begin to leak through the darkness. It is not the warmth of the sun, but rather the milky white mystery of the moon. It seems the storm is passing and you are staring at the storm clouds as they make way for the majestic gaze of a full moon. It is like a beacon in the darkness, calling to you. You drink the milky elixir of the moon's gaze. It soaks into your soul and saturates your weary bones. Deeper and deeper you sink until the only thing left is your foggy breath twinkling in the moonlight. You let the moon's rays take you from this place until there is nothing else. Only then do you see the raven feather floating as if suspended in a place beyond time and space. Take one last breath, and take it. There is a flash of moonlight, and you find yourself lying atop the great raven. Its great wings pump powerfully as it sails above the clouds. The moonlight is like liquid here, draping over all that it touches. As you begin to come back to reality, you see your fist clutching something so tightly you can't open it at first. It is a black raven feather, just like in the dream you had. You begin to panic as your brain processes this. You are riding atop a giant raven. With a panic, you try to sit up, but this loosens your grip, and when the raven turns its head, you cry out and slide to the side. For a moment, your vision is blurred as you fly through a cloud, and then you are falling. Down, down you fall, the shape of your body silhouetted against the bright white of the moon. It is dizzying as you tumble over and over through the sky, and you barely have time to register that this marks your inevitable doom. And then you land on a soft cushion of feathers as the raven sweeps gracefully underneath you, and you land on its back once again. This time you don't move and accept the gift. At least you are dry. The cadence of the raven's beating wings is actually quite soothing, and you find yourself hypnotized by the night air. It's unclear how far you travel, but the raven is a creature of the spirit, and at some point, you wonder if you crossed into a different realm. Eventually, the raven turns its head as if to give warning, and then dives below the clouds. Your world goes white for a moment as you descend, and then you are clear of the clouds. Beneath you, the world is alien. You are far from home. Great red jungle covers the ground beneath you until giving way to black rock. The landscape gets bleaker and bleaker as you approach what you assume to be your final destination. It is a great mountain that you take to be a volcano, given what looks like black lava rock that lines its sides. You are still high enough that the summit lies directly ahead of you. As you get close, you realize that there is an entrance of sorts at the summit. At first, it looks like a dark, ominous corner created by the shape of the rock. But then you realize it is no corner, but an entrance to a great cave. The entrance is shockingly large, and as the raven flies into it, you are but a speck on a much grander canvas. Into the dark you fly. Soon you pass over a great cavern. Below you, you see 4 golden doors, but you fly past these. Eventually you reach a wide open area centered around a black pit descending down into the mountain. The raven circles once, and then dives straight into the black abyss. It is so dark that if not for the sinking feeling in your stomach, you would be unable to tell which direction you're traveling. Deeper and deeper you fly. Strange noises echo in the darkness, voices of loved ones long lost. Images flash in your head despite being unable to see. Faces, animals, spirits. This is truly a place between worlds. Eventually there is a light which turns into an exit, and you are suddenly no longer flying down, but up, out of the ground. At what point did it switch? You find yourself in a desert with gray skies, and the light here is strange. It's not just the sky. Everything is gray, like a shadow. The raven lands and waits expectantly. Taking the hint, you dismount. Gravel and sand crunch beneath your feet. The raven flutters its wings and caws silence. It turns to you and speaks for the first time. What is my name? Again, you have no answer. The raven looks you over, then with a flap of its wings it is gone, and you find yourself alone in this strange underworld. Time passes. You're not sure if it's the place, but you swear every time you look, the sun is in a different position and not always on the same arc, leaving you unsure of how long you've been down here. At some point, you find a large boulder and sit. Sitting is where you do your best thinking. Why did the lion and the raven ask for their names? How are you supposed to know? You throw your hands up and shout at the sky. What is the name of the raven? To your complete shock, a voice answers. That is a powerful question. You jump off the rock and spin around. An animal stands behind you looking at you inquisitively. It stands there sure as day, but your eyes somehow slide off of it, like it's there, but not there. Will you tell me the name, you ask? The animal sighs. Always so impatient for answers you are not ready for. What is this place? You know. The spirit world. As you speak, you realize your words ring true. You have a feather. You look down. There, still clutched in your hand, is a black raven feather, the one you stole in your dream. Do you know what to do with that? The animal asks. You shake your head. What is my name? I don't know. You don't know much. You laugh. No, you definitely don't. Hello, welcome to Veritas. We're here to talk about truth. Whose truth? Well, hopefully your truth. Today, on the second episode of this series, I have with me Victoria Givlin. Welcome, Victoria.
Hi, thank you for having me.
We just finished episode 2, but before we get into it, why don't we have some more fun with cards here? Let's see what comes. We had a wolf last time, so let's see.
Wolfie. I love my wolf pack, my little wolf groups of people. Okay, so.
Ooh, the boar.
The boar.
Okay.
I don't know very much about boars. I was born in the year of the pig, though.
Okay. There we go. Let's check it out. The boar. Warrior spirit, leadership, and direction.
Okay.
Wow. Open you to the warrior spirit, helping you to find direction in your life. Wow. He calls you into the forest to discover a secret about yourself and about the world. Kind of fitting.
Mm-hmm. So, always fitting.
There you
always
go.
know.
Right?
I'm like, oh, okay.
Exactly. So there you go. Okay, so this time you awaken on top a great raven who's taken you somewhere.
Yep.
And of course, ravens can travel between worlds is the idea. So what do you think about waking on top of a raven with the moon kind of gazing down on you? How'd you feel?
I think it's beautiful, but as you slide off because you're like, hold on, this is not an everyday experience. It'd probably be like, am I on something? Like,
Right?
Did someone give me something and they didn't tell me? Like, how did I get here? But I mean, in mythologies and things like Greek, riding Pegasus and stuff like that, you're on a spiritual journey to evolve in something. So if you can find a way to chill out as
right?
best you
Just go
can.
with it.
You're going to be able to react. I mean, I'm not going to fight the birds.
Right.
So, yeah, just know that, especially if it's that big, if it wanted you gone already, you'd be gone. But it was nicely on its back and you're going for a
Right.
ride. So it's your friend as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, I guess if you could think through that sort of panic, it's like, what are you going to do? You're on for a ride, right?
Well, currently it's the only thing holding me on to safety. So it'll be my friend for now.
Yeah, and I like that idea. We talked last time about the universe is going to make a decision for you if you don't sort of acknowledge it or listen to it or whatever. And
Yep.
now here you are quite metaphorically being grabbed by a raven and taken on a journey. No choice. And then, of course, it flies into this dark, ominous volcano into a cave. So that's kind of interesting.
It's like as above, so below is kind of what I'm feeling out of it,
Right? Yeah, you kind of go down into the pit and you're kind of hearing voices and seeing stuff as you go down. Did anything pop up in particular for you?
Yeah, I mean, similar to the As Above, So Below the movie, like the deeper down you go, the deeper you go into like the 7 layers of hell or the 7 different vices that you might be going through, you might be experiencing. But then the voices responding back to you, like your ancestors and your spirit guides and your loved ones are always with you as long as you're willing to be open to it. And if you ask for their help, they will give it to you. I firmly believe that, whether that's you're receiving it in like voices in your ear or an image pops in your head or something. So yeah, I mean, seeing the ancestors, seeing my family that's passed as I'm going through that and getting terrified is always nice, a source of comfort.
There you go. Perfect. And of course, we're flying down, but then we find we're actually flying up. We come out, presumably in some sort of underworld or spirit world. It's kind of gray and kind of spooky, that kind of thing. Yeah. Any thoughts about the underworld and what we might find there?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like the world of in between things. In the journey of the soul that I've been reading, I'm a spiritual person, but not as much a religious person. Like, I don't really see a heaven and hell. Like, I see that there might be like a purgatory spot while you're figuring out your stuff because you might have been a bad person, but your spirit guide is with you and guiding you through that and evaluating, like, why did you do that? Not in like a you're a bad person, but just helping you grow, being like, why, what went wrong, what's going on. So yeah, the spirit world is something I like to tap into and I like to talk to. So maybe a little ethereal and nerve-wracking, but it's something I'm not uncomfortable with and I do visit. So
Okay.
yeah, I was like, oh, this is kind of familiar. Hello,
Yeah,
friends.
cool.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
love it. And then, of course, the raven now again asks, like, what is my name? So now you've got a lion and a raven. You're supposed to know what their names are. Or maybe they're the same. Who knows?
I know.
Right?
It's hard to know.
Right? So they obviously have some sort of expectation of you, and you are not yet ready or aware or something of that nature. So you kind of cry out to the world, like, give me some help, as you said.
Yes,
And sure enough, some sort of spirit animal shows up,
as they do.
right?
Yeah.
What kind of animal did you picture?
That came and visited. I saw an eagle.
Ooh.
Yeah, so another
nice.
bird coming to give me some
Yeah,
advice.
okay.
Yeah, very strong. But yeah, it's, who knows? I mean, I'm getting the vibe of like the Christmas tale, the ghost of Christmas past, Christmas present, Christmas future.
Oh, okay.
But that's just a guess. It's just, but who knows? It could all, they're all some sort of guidance being that's here for you. So
Okay. Cool. Well, I love it. I love the idea of an eagle, right? They're wise. They can see far. They're
that bird's eye view,
yeah.
and spirit's great for that. Like, you're spiraling in this little pit over here, but you're not realizing like how expansive everything is. And yeah, that's really hard for you right now, but if you take a step back, there's so much more to see that you're not even
right.
getting a chance to view.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like, the problem is maybe you're only seeing what's right in front of your face. So maybe what we need is to expand your worldview for a moment, so you can figure out what the heck is happening. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Excellent. Well, let's go in episode 3 and see what happens next.
Okay.
Join me each week as a new chapter unfolds. What worlds will we explore next? What gods and monsters will we find? What part of yourself will awaken? Only one way to find out.